Hello guys, welcome to the man cave. Going to do something a bit different today. It's in my start old stationary engines, old cars. A couple of my subscribers, I've been chatting to them and they've said that they want to start old things. So I thought today I'm going to do a little speed test. Here is a bunch of lawnmowers. The old tree has fell on them. Yeah, middle of last year this tree come down in the wind, one of these big bloody crap conifers. But these mowers, I know, have been sitting there since 2011, so 10 years these lawn mowers have been under here. Now I'm going to challenge myself that I can get one of these going in 15 minutes. So let's see if I've bitten off more than I can chew. Let's pick one out. Has this got a cable, this one? Cool. I think this one got a cable. She's rotten. I think this one's going to be my candidate. So I'm going to see. Oh my word, we ain't got a spark plug in there. So I'm going to see if I can get this going. Yeah, that one's not going to be too easy because there's no blade cable on that, brake cable on that one. Let's give this whole thing a try. I'm going to get her out of here. Oh, I'd hate to think what might be living underneath it. Is anything under there? The tree has kind of took its toll on the handles. Let me get this over there in the shed. And yeah, we'll see how we go. Right, we've got the whole thing out. Here she is. I don't know whether that turned over. Don't know if it's seized. But I'm going to challenge myself. If I can get this going in 15 minutes. 15 minutes. And that's been sitting there 10 years. Now you should know, I am a bit of a small engine mechanic. I do repair and service lawn mowers as part of my job. So I know these engines pretty well. Which is how come I'm confident, if it's not seized, I can get it going in 15 minutes. But we'll see. Let's get it in the shed and have a go. Back in a second. Right, here's my setup, what I've got. I've got some basic tools. This is just petrol in here. Screwdriver, normal Phillips, some quarter drive sockets. Somewhere in my little box, we should have a quarter drive ratchet. There it is. There we are. I've got to put in the wrong bit. Right, there we go. So I'm going to get this lawnmower up on here and just see what's going on. See if we can get this thing to actually run. I can't believe how big these handles are. The wheels, oh, the wheels are seized. I don't know whether this engine turns over. You're going to say, no way you're going to get that going in 15 minutes. But we'll start the 15 minutes from when I start working on it. Right, where are we? That'll do us nicely. Let's clamp the old tripod down. Let's come round here so you can see what I'm doing a bit better. Because I know you guys like to see what's going on. Right, for a start, I'm going to blow all this crap off. And see if we can get this going. So, there, oh there. Say. Here's basically 10 or 11 years since these mowers have been under that tree. Oh dear, oh dear. So this is going to challenge my abilities. And you can clearly see this isn't staged. Oh my God, it's been sitting with no plug in it. Yeah, look at that, new spark plug. So this is going to be exciting. Oh my God. There's very little left of the cutter deck on this. That's virtually all gone. So I'll just knock the tripod with the airline there. Oh. I've noticed there's one thing I've forgotten, and that is my WD-40, which is around the other shed. Let me go get that and I'll be back. So I stopped my duck oil. Oh. Basically I wanted my lubricating oil and some normal oil. So I think, what's this video on now? 4, yes. Right, I think we can start the clock. You guys can keep an eye on this time yourself. So let's start the clock now and see if I can have this thing running in 15 minutes. And when I say running, hopefully, oh my God, stay all this. Hopefully within that, oh, I don't know. Within that 15 minutes, I mean, that should hopefully run quite sweet. Let's see how well I do actually know these engines. I know as a rule, spark isn't normally too much of an issue with Briggs and Stratton. So I'm going to concentrate on the carburettor side of it. So let's see what we've got here. Let's see what we've got. Where is that? Is this the 13? Or is that? That look like 13. Yep. Sorry for my friends over the pond, Briggs and Stratton. I know they're all in. Oh, crikey! I know Briggs and Stratton are all in Imperial. I'm afraid over here in the UK we're predominantly metric. In fact, all my tools are metric. So let's have a look and see exactly what we're doing. This is going to be quite the challenge, so I'm going to have to move the camera around in a minute, because I do these videos on my own with no cameraman and only one camera. Come on. Come on. There we go. So we've got the old carb off. Look at the state of him. Got the little rubber off. Right, let's move the camera around here. Excuse the state of my shed. And let's have a look at what I'm going to do. So that's 5 screws for your carburetor. I don't know how I'm doing for time. I really don't know how we're doing for time. And the only new parts I'm going to fit to this is a new diaphragm in this carburetor. Because I'm guessing, oh my word, got a bit of crud in there. Yeah, that old diaphragm's no good. So we just got to, oh yeah, it's all split, look. So basically we've got to take these off there. That tank is bone dry and stinks of varnish. So take the little nibble off there. Blow that little jet out, but that ain't normally a problem with these. No, she's sweet. Put that little strainer back on. And now we'll just replace these gaskets. There we go. So we can put there we go. So we've got one gasket on there, another one on there. Get on there. And put these carbs back, put this carb back in. Come on, screws, drop in. One in. You have to sort of align these screws up to line up with the holes in the gasket. So I'm not really servicing this mower. I'm just going to get it to run, if we can. Do you guys think I'm going to make it in 15 minutes? Get a mower that hasn't been running for 10 years. It's been sitting under them trees. There's a bunch of old lawnmowers there. And if you're thinking, how can that be? Well, little story about this place. This is my parents' house. It's 2021 now. And they bought this place in 1972. And I've never lived anywhere else. I was born in this house. I mean, I don't live here now. I live with my girlfriend, but the rest of the time I've always lived here. Right, there's an O-ring missing out of there. Where did that go? Where did that O-ring go? Why have we got lucky and that's stuck on the manifold? Here it is. There's a little O-ring and a spacer. Goes in there. The little O-ring and the little spacer goes in there. Basically to hold it. Well, I'll put a bit of witch around there. There we go. Whoops! Oh, my mint camera skills. You guys must love this. And my tripod's nearly spread. There we go. Let's have a look. You know, I ought to just check a simple thing. Do this engine actually turn over? Or am I wasting my time? Oh, look at that. It does turn over. Good. Right, let's get this on here. And get this back on here. Let's see how we go. Come on. Excuse my head. Right in the way, isn't it? I'm probably getting quite close to my 15-minute deadline here. Get the little crankcase breather on. Let's just give these a little squirt so they go in a bit easier. Give all this linkage round there a squirt. There we go. Oh yeah, it's going in there nice and easy now. What's going on here? Right. How far are we getting? What I really want to do is check this air cleaner. These are a foam air cleaner. So we're not going to go to a service standard here. This is just I've got a spring not right here. What's going on? These springs are all tangled. That's it. One thing I ought to do, put some petrol in this and just check it primes. Am I up to the 15 minutes yet? Right, we've got a bit of petrol in this thing. If this carburetor prime, haha, carburetor was priming. Let's get this air filter back on. I must be getting close to 15 minutes. I think when I started this video, my camera said I was on 4 minutes. And we're now on, oh crikey, 18. So I've got to try and get this thing going within the next minute or so. Can I do it? Spark plug. I'm not even going to put a new plug in. I found an old one. When I went and got the duck oil, I found an old spark plug. This really is. Whoops, come on. It's like, normally these engines don't suffer too much with spark problems. I'm going to do this live. Let's lift her off. put her out here. How much time have I got, fellas? Da, da, da. So, 10 years of sitting. Will this thing run? Let's have a look. Let me just check the oil in it. Make sure it's actually got some. Oh, black as your hat, but there is oil. And so I don't suppose this engine will ever be used for anything. This is purely for entertainment. Right, will the blade brake come off? Yes, will it start? Come on. I don't know whether I made 15 minutes, but I did get it running within 15 minutes, or within very close to 15 minutes. I'm sure you guys will tell me. But she was revving away a bit. Let's give her a go without the air cleaner. Yes, everything's seized and yeah, basically look at the state of this mower. Oh, she don't even wheel on its own front wheels. But yeah, you can see the state of this thing. Been under the hedge 10 years. Pulled it out, new gaskets. Well, new diaphragm in the carb, and it ran. Whether this video will get any likes, whether it will get any views, I don't know. But oh, she's smoking a bit. I think there might be some foliage and wildlife and debris all under that engine cowl and cover there, because as you can see, there's a lot of leaf matter on here. Look at that, a lot of leaf. Well, there was, I blew it all off, but I think in there's some spiders that have probably had a nasty awakening. I bet they weren't expecting this when they woke up this morning. So, yeah, there you go. We have got the old cutter going. And let's have a come round. You can see we've got a bit of a graveyard here. There's old mowers. We've had a couple of these old trees blow down. Plenty of old mowers about here. So if you want to see me do another one of these, just let's drop it in the comments below. I'm happy to pull another one of these out. There's another little Briggs & Stratton there. There's a Honda there. That probably wouldn't be so easy to get going. There's a Chinese mower in there. You've got to pretty much forget that. You'll never get that going. There's a two-stroke lawn boy there. But there's all kinds of stuff about here. Also, would you guys like to see an old car started? Let me just give a little brief tour of this. Here we have, this is an old 72 P6. And as you can see, it has been here donkey's years. One of them big trees there, the car used to be parked somewhere where my finger is in front of this little caravan. And one of these big trees come down, landed on this a number of years ago, squashed the roof flat, hence why that's polysthened up. And you can see the roof, but honestly this roof had come down to the dashboard, and we just basically wound the windows down, put a board through and a bottle jack and jacked the roof into a rough shape. And this is about, as you can see, the state of this thing. Again, for all our friends over the pond, the tree actually landed on the bonnet along there, and you can see 2 holes where the top of the carbs punched through the aluminium bonnet. Will this bonnet actually open? And yes, oh crikey, she sees. Oh my word. And yes, our friends over the pond, she has the V8. Over here in the UK we call this the, oh, there's no air filter on it, look. Over here, and oh my god, the mice and squirrels have been having a tea party in here. Look at all the electricals. So yeah, we could attempt to try and start this thing. There's a fuel filter there with no pipe on it. Has this actually got a fuel system in it? Do you know? I really don't know. I would have to check this. There's a fuel pipe, yeah, there's a fuel line going in, but where it is, I don't know. But yeah, if you'd like to see a video of trying to start this thing after years, we'll give it a go. The only thing that worries me is where them carb tops, that's, oh my god, look at the crud in them. Yeah, there's a lot of crap gone in the top of that carb. Now whether these flutes will actually, plungers will actually screw back in or not. Oh dear. Oh, excuse if you had my head in the way there. Whether they'll actually screw back in. This one, I can see has actually gone off centre. So I think, yeah, that's definitely off centred them plungers, look. But these actually punch their way up through here, through the bonnet. Because it was a heavy tree. It's even bent the front panel, I see. The radiator mount at the top was also bent. I mean, this car is definitely doomed. But if you'd like to see it started, we'll give it a go. There's other things. There's a lot of stuff about here. Let's have a tour around the graveyard. Under here, you'll like this. Weighs about 1.5 tons. It is a massive, absolutely massive steam pump. Now this was made about 1880, and they actually called these a tar pump. What it does is, that engine is a, that side there, let me get this right, yeah, that end there is a steam engine. So basically, this inlet here, you'd put a steam inlet on there. This side's a steam engine, connected to this crank and this big crank with that central crank inside the crank, which works this end, which is a water pump. And bear in mind, you can get your hand in there, she is a massive ball water pump. But what this used to do is, it used to be on a gas works, and that used to pump tar. So they called it a tar pump. But look at the size of that flywheel. I don't know whether you can get any sort of scale of how big this thing is, but it's about 8 feet long. That flywheel is probably 3 feet across, and it weighs about 1.25 tons, 1.5 tons. So we got that thing. Dad's old tractor. There is a video on the channel where I got this going. This had sat at the end of that field for donkey's years. If you go on the old channel, look at videos and go back, you'll see the first start of an old tractor. And after years of sitting there, We did try it 3 or 4 years previous. We put some petrol in it, tried it, and it would only basically run with a choke on, then it wouldn't start at all. And I said, yeah man, we need to spend some money on it. So I went through it without even attempting it. I just put cap and leads on it, points condenser, new plug. And I think the reason we stood it up, but we can't remember, was the carb. So we put a brand new carb on it as well. Fitted all them parts. And if you watch the video, you'll see she started up first flick. We have an old Ford there. I think you might call that the Taurus in America. I'm not sure. Over here it's a Mondeo. That's got a 24 valve V6 in. And here we have an 1997 Peugeot. And I don't know whether there's a tax disc in the window of this. No, there isn't. Oh my God, look at the state of that. Right, but I know for a fact this used to be my car. I used to use this. And I last used this in 2010 was the last time this car was on the road. And then both front coil springs snapped, and the AA recovered at home back here, and that got backed in here, and I ain't never used it since. I just didn't bother with it. I just bought another car. I couldn't be asked to fix this. But this is a diesel, so if you'd like to see that old Peugeot diesel started up, we can do that. What else have we got around here? We got a hillbilly compressor. She's a good one. She got the 8 horse Briggs and Stratton, twin cylinder, pipe work everywhere. But by God, she's a tool. That compressor will run virtually anything. That engine's not powerful enough. It originally, when I got it, had a diesel engine on it, but the diesel engine was seized up. All I had lying about the garden was an 8 horse Briggs and Stratton, but she don't quite manage it. What do we got here? Oh, we got some treasures. We have, yeah, look at this old water pump here. This is an old agricultural pump that would have been used for irrigation or ditch pumping or something on the farmlands. You can see she's a Lee Howell. There's a little serial number there. But look at the size of this water filter on the end there. This, what you drop in the ditch, that is massive and heavy. She's got a twin cylinder petrol. That's a PETA, I think. I'm sure that's a PETA A2 they call that. But there's the pump unit with taps. Oh, they're free as well, look at that. But yeah, she's, oh yes, that is a PETA PA2, look. Twin cylinder. With a little Wyco fuel bowl and everything. We've got no end of stuff lying about here. I didn't show you behind this lawnmower. My dad used to run this car. If you wonder what happened to the grill and the headlight, believe it or not, 6 old geese got round it. We used to have geese in here, and several of them were old males, and they used to protect the old gander. I'll tell you, them old buggers, they used to come, you couldn't get in the bloody field. We used to have that gate shut, and you used to open the gate where the silver car is, open the gate, come in here, try and feed the geese. And when that was mating season, boy, them old man, they'd stick their neck and they'd run at you. If you drove in here with a motor, they would literally peck the car as you was driving in. They would hang on to the wheels. And they did that to this motor. They, over the years, they pecked the bloody glass out the headlights. How they managed to break a glass headlight, I don't know. And pecked all the plastic out the grill. That is a 1970, that's either a 77 or a 78. That's a T registration. Yeah, T-Reg. So I think that's a 78, but it's a Vauxhall Royale Coupe. She's got a 2.8 litre straight 6 on there, in there with a carb. What's through the back there? Do you know? I don't know. There's more old lawnmowers in there. Let's have a look in the back here. There's more mowers. More mowers. Oh, the roof's even rotten in there. You can see there's a hole where the sunroof is. Look, right there. There's a hole at the front of the sunroof, so I think the roof's rotted out on the old baby. Yeah, all the paint's flaked up. There we go. There's a Westwood in there, T1800. I think that's got a twin cylinder Kohler in it. I think that's got either an opposed twin or... it's got an opposed twin Kohler in there, like 18 horsepower Kohler Command, I'm guessing. Another old lawnmower. But out of all the lawnmowers I could have picked, I had to go for the one which is most bollocksed, which is this one. As you can see, ta-da! About 10 years, rot holes, shite, spiders, probably an old mouse in there somewhere, I don't know. We had her running, boys, within 10 minutes. Anyhow, I'm going to stop waffling on here. I better clear all this caper up and, yeah, better get on with my day. But you see the video of the old Lister B, well, here she sits. I know a lot of my subscribers are over the pond in the great USA. I love some of your stuff. I have a real soft spot for these old buckers, wheel horses. As you can see, we have the Raider 12 there, 12 horse Kohler. She runs and drives sweet as a nut. Over here, we have another wheel horse, C101. She's got the 10 horse Kohler, so we've got a 10 horse Kohler in there, 12 horse Kohler in there. Here we have a Ruston Hornsby PB. She's about 1929, I think. I know she's an early one. But another video I am going to do is, the big end has gone on that. And when I say the big end has gone, I mean gone. We were showing her on a rally field and all of a sudden she started knocking. By the time I'd shut it down, too late. Had the crankcase door off and the oil level had dropped slightly and the crank weren't picking none up to flick over. And she basically seized up in the big end. Luckily the bore and piston and ring survived, but the big end didn't. She heated up and nearly seized. But I can't get a big end for that. Nobody does one. And I can't even trace a second-hand or donor engine to get one. Unless one of my subscribers very kindly got an old PB in bits and they'll sell me or donate me the Conrod or big end bearing even. That would be perfect. But I do have somebody kindly give me, a friend of mine Andrew, who lived 40 mile away. When I asked about it, he said to me, I have some white metal, mate. You're quite welcome to have it. And cast yourself one. And yeah, I've got to get round to trying to cast a big end bearing for that. Now, I'm no engineer, and the ones amongst you will cringe when you see the way I think I can do it. I'm going to do it from watching a couple of YouTube videos. I'll be honest with you, I have watched a couple of engineering companies making white metal bearings, and now I've seen how they do it, I think I can make myself a little jig up to make one. But, as you can see, we're in a ramshackle shed here, where nothing's of any organisation, and as you can see there's no engineering tools whatsoever. I've got a tiny little drill press over in the other shed. That's about all I've got. I haven't got lathes, I haven't got milling machines, I haven't got shapers, nothing. So when I cast a new big end, it's going to be on this old wire frame, this old metal frame. It's just going to be on there. See how we go. But I think I can do it. I mean, to be honest with you, that engine, it's never going to do a 12-hour day running a machine. All it does is sit on a rally field 4 or 5 hours a day. It'll just put away. So as long as it's not knocking and as long as it works, it'll be fine. But that's another video. I'm going to stop waffling on. I've been waffling on far too long. You lot are going to be bored as hell. So, yeah, I should be off and see you another time. Can't believe I got it running. All them years. 15 minutes. Bye-bye for now.